Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is Jojo Magoo. He's your president, if you're an American. And he said this.
What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?
So many people believe he said, my butt's been wiped. Here's another angle.
Must it be a reconciliation?
What must be what?
Immigration. A pathway for citizenship.
There needs to be a pathway for citizenship. Whether it can be an immigration remains to be seen.
What have you heard about the Olympics?
And so he has done this a number of times where he's approached the reporters where the helicopters or the planes are being loud, and he makes more than his usual gaffe, right? He goes overboard. And it appears that he's saying, and it's not totally clear
Must it be a
that he's saying his butt's been wiped.
reconciliation?
What must be what?
Immigration. A
My
pathway
butt,
for
butt,
citizenship.
right? My butt. And so it was so odd, right? The way that he was speaking, no matter what he's saying here.
Must it be a reconciliation?
What must be what? What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?
Just look at the mouth action here.
What must be what?
He gets all that in one second. My butt, butt, butt. Butt, 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 butt. The way he's moving his mouth is so weird. I thought it must have been sped up or doctored, right? Because regardless of what he said, this is just plain out weird.
What must be what?
Look at his
What
mouth
must be
action.
what? What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?
Right?
What must be what?
It's just strange.
What must be what?
And so I was like, all right, I'm going to search this and find out what the bogus fact checkers are saying and see if there's any proof out there that this has been doctored. And, like they always say, the cover-up is worse than the crime. So Snopes, which sucks, right? The guy who runs Snopes is, he left his partner and wife for a stripper, right? Fact check that, MNFer, which sucks and is always on the side of Biden and against truthers. Did Biden say my butt's been wiped? They say it's unproven, right? They have a link here to one of them. They say it's been unproven, right? And so that's basically admission from these, these shills, right? But this is the funniest part of this whole story. This is a genuine video.
What must be what? What must be what?
That's genuine.
What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?
And so that's a genuine video. We can slow it down here in YouTube.
Immigration. A pathway to reconciliation?
What must be what?
Immigration.
It sounds like that's what he's saying there. It's slowed down here.
Reconciliation?
What must be what?
So I've slowed that down, and we can even make it slower.
Reconciliation?
What must be what?
It's sort of inconclusive, but my best guess is
What must be what?
that's what he said, right? Which is bizarre, but this is a guy who has dementia, and so all bets are off. But they say this is a genuine video, but it's improbable that the president said, my butt's been wiped. Yeah, they just said it. It's improbable? Why is it improbable? Like, is he unhygienic? Because he said some crazy stuff and he shows sign of dementia. And no matter what he said there, it's weird as F. While we can't definitively say what the president said, neither can anyone else. Well, that's as much of an admission that this guy's unhinged as anything else. This shill organization, Snopes, just exposed Joe Biden, and nobody knows what he said. But it's improbable. Why is it improbable? If you just said, Well, we can't definitively say what Biden said, neither can anyone else. Then why'd you use the word improbable? If you're a fact checker, you could just, all you could say is it's unproven. We're not sure, but it sure sounds like that.
What must be what?
I mean, slow down. I can even slow it down one more here.
What must be what?
I mean, that's what it sounds like he's saying. I don't know, right? But that to me is the most reasonable explanation. I don't hear anything else. I don't know about other people. I don't know if this is one of those Laurel Yanny things, but it sounds like JoJo just had his butt wiped. It's just right after the election. So here he is walking up. This is one of my friends on Instagram sent me this after I was completed with the other video, but this is a more clear version of it. And there's only really one. Let's listen to it here.
Does immigration need to be in reconciliation? Must it be in reconciliation?
What must be what?
Immigration. A pathway for citizens.
So they're laughing. So there was a joke. You can tell by this expression on his face, right?
Reconciliation.
What must be what?
Immigration.
And he smiles. So there's a joke there. And I don't know what it was, but they seem to hear what it was. And it's the first time I heard him get a laugh. I know there's a lot of fake laughs.
Pathway for citizens in reconciliation.
What must be what?
Immigration. A pathway for citizenship.
It needs to be a pathway for citizenship, whether it can be an immigration or non-routine.
So he's talking about immigration here.
Should be in reconciliation.
What must be what?
Sure it has. So he's got some explaining to do. Because I'm only hearing one thing. I don't know what you guys are hearing. I mean, he might possibly be saying his butt's been waxed. It's because he has, I think, false teeth, so it's unclear. And, WTF, like, it's just the whole thing's strange. Like, the mainstream media just allowing this guy to do things like this. This should be a story. This should be a national story, and there should be an explanation. That the president's incoherent, right? Like, he definitely says something like, my butt, and then it's unclear what the last words are, but it sounds like been wiped or been waxed. I don't know. W something. It sounds like a W. Anyways, this should be a national story, and just the whole incompetence and bizarre nature of his presidency. And then I saw this wonderful meme just for ha-has. What if UFOs are just billionaires from other planets? Well, what if? What if you got to say to that, JoJo?
What must be what?
Okay, well, good for you. Only spirituality will save this world, Magoo. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the Apocalaughs and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.